What's up, guys? Here we are in my garage, finally getting to the Integra. Finally, yeah, I had a Subaru in here for the longest time. Had a bunch of issues, had to fix that shit. So we're just gonna kind of talk about what's going on here. We got our K24 right there. It's K24A1, came from an Accord, I do believe. And then we're getting rid of that head because we don't want just one cam of VTEC. We want bulk cams. Hit some VTEC. Right, Ricky?
That's right.
Yeah. So we got our Z3 head from an SI, a newer SI. Gonna put that bad boy on here. And then I guess I can just kind of go through with you what we need for a K-swap. I think just some basic things that are pretty important, what you need. Motor mounts are going to be pretty important. Obviously, the stock motor mounts from an Accord or something that has a K20 or K24 in it are not going to work. So you have to go with an aftermarket set of motor mounts, which there's plenty of brands out there. I went with Hasports because I got a pretty good deal on them. Almost brand new too. And yeah, so that's kind of what we're working on right now. We're probably going to do a brake line tuck. So it's just, all those lines are just ridiculous. You don't need all that shit right there. Then we're going to move this proportioning valve into the center of the cab on the inside, like underneath the dash. So what I do is I just buy a kit online. I do it all myself. It's cheaper that way, and I don't know, it's a learning experience, you know, if this is something that you're looking on doing. It's pretty simple and straightforward, just really time consuming. And I know some of the kits you have to get a specific flare, like an angle flare for, whatever kit you go with. I actually have a kit right there. So this is the 37-degree tool flaring kit. And, depending on the brand, depending on what you go with, you're going to have to probably do some research. And they don't send you with the flare kit if you go with hard lines. If you go with rubberized lines that hold a high PSI, they'll probably, that's probably just a plug-and-play system. But anyways, back to the K-swap. So obviously you're going to need an adapter harness. I haven't gotten one yet because I haven't found one at a good price. But that is necessary unless you want to deal with a big-ass headache trying to wire this thing up into your stock harness. And trying to, hook the stock harness up to the ECU. And when you get, if you go like stock, you can swap a stock K24 or a K20 in here. You can just run like a stock ECU, but you're going to have to get like a key chip bypass kind of deal. There's a couple brands that sell that, like K-tuned and stuff like that out there. And basically it'll put it into limp mode if you don't have the specific key to the car or, to whatever car it came out of. So that's a must if you're just putting a stock swap in. But if you're going if you're a baller, got some money, you're gonna go to the K-tuned version 4. That'll be all right too, because that already has the bypass thing in it. But yeah, so gonna be running RBC as well. So better flowing than the regular RSX or any other manifold that they have. The RRC is better, but we're not that fancy. So yep. Anyways, gonna need a header. That's a must. Stock header won't work because I don't know if you guys have ever seen a stock K car, but their header kind of runs down like this at a pretty good angle and then it goes back. But on these, we actually have to pass that cross member right there. So this motor's gonna be leaning back a little bit, and so we have to have our header kind of come down like this and go back. So that way we can clear that subframe and that cross member right there. Another thing, axles I'm pretty sure you have to have aftermarket axles. I've seen people run stock axles, but you know, I'm not too familiar with it. I'm probably just gonna purchase some because I just like to be safe like that, you know. Doing something like this and, you know, driving on the road, something happens, your life's on the line, whatever. You know, I'd rather be more safe than sorry. Or else, you know, if axle pops out, whatever, you can break some shit, like if you're going a good enough speed. So we're gonna play it safe. But transmission wise, we're probably gonna go with an SI or the K20 Type S transmission, because I actually had one in my Type S, and I think the final drive took shit on it because somebody bottomed it out. But we're gonna take it apart, rebuild it, and put that sucker in here. And we are gonna keep the all motor for now. Maybe put some spray on it. Probably maybe 100 shot. See how well this K24 block holds up. But anyways, so we got mounts, axles, swap harness, radiator. I'm sure there's, you know, if you're crafty, you can probably figure a way to make your stock radiator work. That's probably what I'm gonna do. If not, like a cheaper, I don't know, eBay radiator or something. Maybe eBay, but as long as it seals, that's all right. But I'm probably gonna take that mount, that radiator bracket right there. I'm gonna drill that out. I'm gonna move it over here to this, more towards the center, so I can fit a half radiator in there. And I don't know, maybe I'll find something where I don't have to run a half radiator. Maybe I could just find something that's tucked. That really just depends on funds and what it calls for. So anyways, while the motor is out of the car, and if you want to clean it up a little bit, you can shave the bay if you wanted to. It's very time consuming, but it looks a lot better, in my opinion. And you could just do like a wire tuck on your motor if you'd like to. Like the wire harness on these motors are fairly simple, so it wouldn't be too hard to kind of tuck everything away, make it look a little bit nicer. Also, I guess everything from now, like until the end of the video, I'm just going to talk about kind of options that you can have, like power steering, AC, or you can just delete both of them. I'd like to run power steering in here. AC I don't really care too much for. I don't really use it a whole lot. Just roll down my windows. Anyways, yeah, so on this power steering, I'm gonna have to probably get a K20 power steering pump. That way it'll work the way that I want it to. I'm not too sure the differences. I'm assuming just location, or maybe location of the pump, or maybe the fittings, as to why I can't use that power steering pump. Still really, this is kind of, you know, it's my first K swap, so I'm kind of learning as I go. I've done a lot of H's, a lot of B's, a lot of D's, pretty much everything you think of except for K. So this is gonna be pretty fun. I've worked on a few K swapped cars, but I've not actually put a K series in a car. So it's, once you get all the stuff, it's pretty straightforward, it seems like. Yeah, so I guess I'll get to you guys with an update with how the engine bay looks after I clean it up and take all the unnecessary shit out of there. And maybe we'll record some of Ricky's stuff. What the hell are you doing over here anyways?
I was just fucking trying to get that chip out without grinding it off, but I'm gonna have to grind it.
Nice, brah.
What's up, guys? But yeah, so I'm doing the bodywork today. I'm starting the bodywork on this. I already pulled this with the dent puller. I'm trying to get it within like 1/8 of an inch so you can start filling it. So I want to fill that. It looked pretty bad. It was dented in pretty bad, but I got most of it. Then I'm moving on to this core panel. I'm gonna be trying to get this out. I'm gonna try to pop it out without like actually, like, I don't know how you'd say it. I'm just gonna try to hit most of it out. so I can fill it. I just
On
want
the
to get
back
it.
end.
Yeah, I just want to get it as close as I can back out.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's not.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah.
In the dark, but
This paint doesn't make it easier either.
yeah. But I'm here doing some body work, and you know how it goes. Fun, trying to hone my skills. But,
yeah.
Yeah. This is what we're doing.
So I worked on his SRT4. Now he's got to do body work for me.
Yeah, trade type of shit.
Labor for labor.
That's how we do it around here.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention one thing. Shifter is pretty important as well. I went with K2 no cut because I didn't really want to modify anything on the chassis. Well, a whole lot anyways. All I had to do was drill 2 holes, like roughly right here. And then put this bad boy down there. And lift the box up. Bolt it down, call it good, seal it up, whatever. There's a couple options you have. You can go baller route, which is just kind of get like a billet K-tuned shifter. That's not a billet one, that's just a no-cut shifter, which is a little bit cheaper than a billet shifter. Billet shifter would be nice, but funds kind of really don't call for it. Jeez, Ricky, get away, you dick. Anyways. So there's a few options. Carceps makes a plate where you can cut out the center and put a stock shifter in there. There's a few other places that sell that bracket or the plate as well. That's probably going to be your easiest, cheapest route. I think the plates go anywhere from like $100 to $150. And cables as well. Pick up some RSX or K-series cables. The Z3s are a little bit different, I do believe. So just make sure, pay attention to what you're buying. And yeah, so we'll get you guys an update later.